Shamistic Zaza, and I'm here to talk about what I've experienced in relation to reading I did a week or so ago. This would basically be conflict part two, and the reading I did previously was about the conflict that you would be going through with all aspects of relationships in your life, whether it be work relationships, personal, like friendships, family, romantic relationships, and that it was like, this is going to happen. And I don't know about you, but it did, it happened. And I just want to talk a little bit about it, and I want to share what I went through and what I've gained from this, and like what I've learned, and what I feel the universe is trying to relay to myself and you, going through this conflict. This past week has been really hard. It's been hard. It has not been easy. It has not been a joke. It has been quite tumultuous. Um, and at the time, it was quite devastating. It was quite impactful and devastating and intense, like intense emotions, intense conflict. And what I spoke about in my last reading was very much about the, like, this conflict is going to happen with those that are going through a transition period. In my own life, I am relaunching businesses, I am changing career paths, I am going through my own personal transitions, and the conflicts that were faced in the past week were hectic. They were really, really hectic. And I don't want to dwell too much on like the negative feelings, and like if you went through it, if you resonated with the reading, I'm sure you did. Um, the outcome, like the positives, the journey, and where the journey is leading and has led. So, what it brought me to was being more present and more intentional. Um, Going through the stresses and the conflicts that I did, it definitely brought me back to the present moment. Because when you're in conflict and when you're struggling and when you're in an emotionally heightened place, it is very difficult to not be present and not feel your feelings. You know, no matter how dramatic they are, or explosive or erratic, it is difficult to not be in the present. And looking back at it, like outside of that conflict, like not going through it, but like having gone through it. Doggy, doggy. I have dog snoring next to me. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Um, is to be more aware of this presentness, of being present in your everyday life. And like I think in many philosophies and religions, they speak about, and I'm not here to talk about philosophies and religions. I'm not here to like relay any form of belief system at all. But it talks a lot about like getting to enlightenment is being present, being in the present moment. And what I've realized is being joyful in the present moment. Something my partner says is perpetuating negativity. Um, and I'm not saying that you are perpetuating negativity or I'm perpetuating negativity, but it is something that's very easy to get stuck in. Is, you know, especially with these conflicts that were happening, like it's like living and recycling and making that negativity a cyclical kind of situation where it is a loop. It keeps carrying on, like it's always in your mind, you keep going back to it and you live in that like negativity, but trying to be present, enjoy. Um, I found with these conflicts that I was having that I in myself was in a state of complete imbalance, not just with who I am or myself or my spirit or my mind or my soul, but with life and everybody around me, that comes into contact with me, and that closeness, that like, um, I want to say that like hug that you give yourself, that you have and hold space for yourself, that was in complete and utter imbalance. And like I'm gonna go back to this transitioning period, because when you're in a transition, you're basically shedding your skin. You are letting go of so much. You are in a place of like unmaterialness. It's like you're like past and future. You're in the middle. You're like between the two. And that transitioning period, or that act of transitioning into a different phase or different aspect of your life, can very much put you in a non-physical um, or non-grounded state. So that in itself creates conflict. Um, and I found bringing back balance of self, of like where I'm at, who I am, reminding myself, okay, this is who you are, this is what you are like, this is who you choose to be and what you've worked towards to become, as a person, as a human being, um, definitely brought me back into my own essence, brought me back to myself. Um, and it made me very aware of, during these conflicting times with these people in my life, in all the aspects of my life and areas of my life, I was not in my own essence, and I was in complete and utter imbalance. Um, and essentially living as an unconscious being. You know, it like all kind of ties in of being present. Like if you're not present, you're not conscious, you're not intentional. So in this transitioning period, like being focused on where I'm going, I completely lost track of who I am and where I'm at in this current moment, in this present moment, and therefore made me and equated to me being very unconscious and very like not present and not in balance. And um, if you have been facing this or dealing with this, like I just want to say that it's okay. Um, Not being balanced or present or conscious at times is a given. Like if we were consistently conscious and consistently present and consistently balanced, we would be enlightened beings, right? And I think um, if you're not looking for enlightenment, you're looking for up leveling or a better version of yourself. And if you weren't going through these things, you would automatically be the better version of yourself. And I do think that the journey and the path of getting to that better version of self is a lifelong journey. And as you go along, you level up slightly and a little bit and a little bit. But to get to that level, then you know you've done the lesson, you've learned what you needed to learn, and your purpose on this plane is no longer relevant. So um, I definitely learned that being present and being balanced and being more conscious and intentional in my right now is very important, not just for my relationships or my interactions with other human beings on a day to day basis, but also with myself. Um, yeah, very, 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 very rude awakenings, but very prevalent and needed awakenings. So if you've been going through this, you're not alone. We all go through it, even those that have been on this journey for decades. We all go through it. It's normal. It's okay. And that's the message, not just from the universe, but from me, your mystic, Zaza. It's okay.